What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Darion coming to y'all live with another video. It is the Silver and Black Podcast, aka Spotlight Sports Talk. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page, and this is your first time ever being at our YouTube page. I would suggest that you subscribe and hit that bell button to get the latest news in all sports, y'all. But without further ado, y'all know I had to do a recap of this game. Of my squad, the Oakland Raiders versus the Chicago Bears in London. Now, this was a big game for us coming into this game, knowing all the Khalil Mack talk of the trade and everything that had went down with us since that trade went down 13 months ago. But without further ado, we're going to break down this game and tell you why we won and tell you how we did it, and how we did it in a fashion that I couldn't ask for anything more. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't ask for anything more. So let's get straight into it, But at the end of the day, let's go into the first quarter. Now, the first quarter, it was a very defensive game. In the first quarter, nobody scored in the first quarter. When it came to the Bears or it came to the Oakland Raiders, it was just stout defense from both teams coming into this game. The defense was good on our end. We didn't allow a touchdown in the first quarter, and they didn't allow a touchdown in the first quarter. But it wasn't really much to actually talk about in this first quarter. But the second, third, and fourth quarter, that is the key factors of this game. So with that being said, what's going to happen is we're going to go into the second quarter. Where we had 17 unanswered points. Where we had Josh Jacobs run for a 12-yard TD. We had DeAndre Washington run for a 3-yard touchdown. And then we had a field goal by Carrison, a 41-yarder, that puts us up 17-0 in the second quarter. Now, I'm feeling really confident. I'm feeling really confident how my Raiders are playing in the second quarter. We shut them out for 2 quarters. That's one. Number two, I was like, okay, so we always had a problem with us playing in the second half. We always had this issue playing in the second half, and Josh Jacobs was just phenomenal for us in this first half. So, he already had a touchdown. DeAndre Washington had a touchdown. So our running game overall was absolutely great. So here comes the third quarter. Ladies and gentlemen. And then you have Montgomery come out and he get a 1-yard touchdown. Then you had Allen Robinson with a 4-yard TD pass from Chase Daniel. And then Allen Robinson had a 16-yard pass from Chase Daniel for 16 yards. Allen Robinson, 2 touchdowns against us. And I felt like we gave up the game in the third quarter. Only reason why I say that is because we fumbled. We fumbled on the first play on the pitch to Josh Jacobs. It was a wider pitch, and I think Josh Jacobs was looking at it was a downhill run or a stretch run instead of a pitch. So it was a lack of communication when it came to Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs when it comes to that actual chemistry of which play is being ran. So that was a turnover for us. And then we had the new acquisition from the Green Bay Packers. His last name is Davis, where we could have had another touchdown on the board where he fumbled at the 1-yard line. I was so frustrated on the way my Oakland Raiders played in the third quarter. I'm like, how can we blow a 17-point lead? How can we let this happen? It's been happening the last couple of weeks, and one thing we have to learn as the Oakland Raiders, we have to learn how to keep the foot on the neck. And I felt like in that third quarter, we didn't give Jacobs the ball enough in that third quarter. But mind you, they only scored 21 points in the third quarter. 21 points. But there it comes down to the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter was a crucial quarter with us, and we got to the red zone a few times that we should have scored, or we got kind of close to we had to give it up. We had a few turnovers where we went for it on a fourth down where the punter ended up running. I mean, the fullback ended up running it. So I was just like, no, 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 no. We just giving this game to the Chicago Bears, knowing that Chase Daniel was not Mr. Trubisky. This was kind of, I wouldn't say it was an easy win, but I could say this was a more of a vantage win of us. Things happen in football at the end of the day. Injuries happen, but you still got to move on, and you still got to do what you got to do. But Josh Jacobs was able to get the game-winning touchdown to give us that 24-21 lead with like a minute left in the quarter. So, minute left in the fourth quarter. And then Chase Daniels and them, they want to keep driving. They want to keep driving because Allen Robinson was killing us today. But Josh Jacobs was just better. He was just better. But we made a lot of crucial throws and a lot of crucial things on the offensive side as well. But the defense won the game for us today when it mattered. Conley with the interception at the end of the and with like a minute left into the fourth quarter. That was really big because our defense could not really do nothing against Kansas City. We was just like nonchalant and losing Vontaze Burfict and losing Jonathan Abram. It was a lot going on with the Raiders coming into this week, especially with Vontaze Burfict being done for the year of the illegal hit, which I think he should have got 6 games instead of a whole season, but that's another story for another time. The defense showed up when it was needed, and I can say that because the Raiders, we don't show up in the second half. We never did, and I felt like we grinded this one out, and we found the way to pull this game out in London. And the Bears fans can make all the excuses they want, but the Raiders won this game fair and square. But I definitely want to get into some stats of this game where you have Derek Carr, 25 of 32, 229 yards, no touchdowns and no interceptions. Now, knowing that Tyrell Williams was inactive today, but a lot of wide receivers didn't really get involved. It was a lot of tight ends that got involved. But the player of the game of this game is Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, 26 carries, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Where you had DeAndre Washington with 6 carries for 17 yards, 17 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jalen Richard only carried it twice. Derek Carr carried it 3 times. And then you had Marino, tight end from LSU. He had 4 receptions for 46 yards. And then you had Davis with 4 receptions for 42 yards. And you had Darren Waller with 4 receptions for 39 yards. So he kind of spread the ball around to different kind of people as well. But Derek Carr, I think he should have had some type of touchdowns in this game. He got to get a little bit better as far as consistency. But we had more total yards than them as well. We had more total yards than them. So our total net yards was 398 total net yards to their 236, where they had 10 penalties total and we only had 6 penalties total. Penalty yards, they had 75, we had 67, and we won. We won the time of possession of 34 minutes and 43 seconds. So when I say and when I tell you that the Raiders did really good today, knowing they came back from a 21 unanswered, I have to respect my Oakland Raiders. And just to let y'all know, I do want to put something out there. That Khalil Mack only had 3 tackles on us and no sack, but he did have a fumble. So, do I want to hear any more Khalil Mack talk? Absolutely not. I don't need to hear any more Khalil Mack talk because this is what Khalil Mack wanted, and this is what Khalil Mack decided to do. He wanted to talk smack until this day came up, and he came out with a loss. So, is that being said, that's just what it is. But it was 25 first downs to their Chicago Bears 15. We got to do it on third down efficiency. We was 6 for 12 on third down efficiency, where they was 4 for 11. We was 1 for 1 on fourth down efficiency. We ran more plays than them. We outcoached them. We had 11. Well, we tied with 11 drives overall. We had yards per play more than them with 4.6 and our 5.6. 229 passing yards, 194 to their passing yards. Rushing, we had 169 total to their 42 rushing. Where was Montgomery at? We actually shut him down defensively. We was in the red zone. They was in the red zone. They made it 3 for 3. We made it 3 for 5. They had more penalties, 10 for 75 yards and 6 for 69 yards. We both had 2 turnovers overall. But the defense, I have to say, the defense are getting better for our Oakland Raiders. And it shows, man. It shows that the Raiders can go on the road and get these type of wins. It gives us that much of a lift going into the bye week. So with the Oakland Raiders breaking down this game, I have to say, Josh Jacobs, you are the man. You are the man for this player of the game, because Josh Jacobs, we would not win this game without you. And I'm being truly honest. We would not won this game without you. But Allen Robinson, 7 receptions for 97 yards and on 8 targets and 2 TDs. We have to clean that up on the back end. We have to clean it up, and we can't let. I mean, Allen Robinson is a good player. Don't get me wrong, but is he a number 1 receiver in this league? Absolutely not. He's not the same person. So with these type of we gotta play up to our level. We made Allen Robinson look like Julio Jones out there. But that's the pros and cons of it. Defensively, we messed up a few times. They threw a roughing the passer on us where I didn't really like at all. I didn't like that. So that was another thing on the reason why we could have lost this game. But giving the ball to Josh Jacobs 26 times, this is the type of results he was going to get. He averaged 4.7 yards a carry in this game against a defense that was ranked 3rd in the league. This defense was ranked 3rd in the league. I don't want to hear no excuses about injuries. I don't want to hear no excuses about, oh, this player wasn't it or that player wasn't it. At the end of the day, this is the type of we working with injuries too. As Raiders players, we working with injuries too, but we got it done when it mattered. We improved the 3-2. We are on the bye week, and I love the fact that we got this win going into week 7. Well, week 7 is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be very. I think we go into Houston. We are still on the road, just to let y'all know. But at the end of the day, man, Derek Carr, 25 for 32, 229 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 26 yards, 26 carries, 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. And DeAndre Washington gets the other touchdown as well. So, but the defense, congratulate to y'all, man. Congratulate to y'all, because it was a lot of things not going our way in this game, and we finally got it done, y'all. We finally got it done. So the Khalil Mack talk should be out of our ear now. I don't want to hear nothing about Khalil Mack. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we should never gave up Khalil Mack or none of that. At the end of the day, we traded him 13 months ago. He didn't do nothing to get us. We shut him down, and that's just what it was. That's just what it was. And Conley got the game-winning interception and gave us the win. But we got to clean it up on the defensive side as well. We can't give up 21 unanswered points in the 3rd quarter. We got to play our game to our ability, and we got to work on that. So giving us the week off, we'll be back in week 7. But let us know what you think, man. Let us know what you think about our W. The Oakland Raiders definitely get the win today in London, 24-21 over the Chicago Bears. Let me know what y'all think. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It is the Silver and Black Podcast. It is Spotlight Sports Talk, and I see y'all in the next video. Peace.